Welcome to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, where you can learn and be inspired by real-world examples of how technology is transforming businesses and reshaping industries in a language everyone can understand. Here is your host, Neil C. Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast, and do I have a great story to share with you all today, because today's guest is Sonny Patel, and he is a 25-year-old CEO and founder of a company called InsureMe, which is a conversational AI-powered customer engagement platform for insurance carriers. But it's the human story behind this tech success that really inspired me and wanted to get him on the podcast to share it with you. So hopefully it'll inspire you too. Because while working as a sales director and financial advisor at local life insurance company, Sonny realised that the process of actually buying and selling insurance was unnecessarily cumbersome and outdated. So what did he do? Did he go home, do a ranty Facebook status or tweet something out to complain about this old way of doing things? No, of course he didn't. He went to work to develop a solution that would simplify and take the guesswork out of the insurance buying process. And today, InsureMe is being used by a number of top-tier global insurance carriers, including several from the Fortune 500. It's a fantastic story, and I've probably revealed too much already, so before I reveal anything else, come with me all the way to Phoenix, Arizona, so we can speak with the inspirational Sonny Patel, CEO and founder of InsureMe. So a massive warm welcome to the show, Sonny. Can you tell the listeners a little more about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Sonny Patel. I'm the founder and CEO at InsureMe. I run InsureMe, which is a conversational AI company based out of Phoenix, Arizona, that's built a digital assistant named Violet that we're using in the insurance industry to automate sales, claims, and customer service.
Excellent. Phoenix, Arizona, beautiful part of the world. And when I first read about InsureMe, which is a conversational AI-powered customer engagement platform for insurance carriers, like you said there, it really intrigued me. But can you set the scene and tell me a little bit more about the kind of problems that you're solving for your customers? And also, what makes you different from all the other solutions out there in InsurTech land?
Yeah, so we're solving a couple of different things, but more generally, customer engagement and the customer experience on digital. A lot of these insurance carriers, especially here in the United States, are still reliant on very large call centers to service their customers. They're reliant on complex, sterile forms to process customer claims and a very large agent broker base to generate new business. And consumer expectations are changing, obviously, today. More and more people are wanting to engage with brands in general online through their digital devices. And these bigger legacy insurance carriers are looking for a way to either sell a policy online direct, help a customer through filing a claim online, or giving them some sort of customer service, again, on their digital device. We're a little bit different than other solutions out there because we've taken the conversational AI approach. So our solution can be customized for a whole variety of different use cases. I mean, we've kind of focused on sales, claims, and customer service, but and we've also built out a conversational AI assistant that responds with contextual responses. So it's not just your average FAQ bot. It goes a little bit further than that, where it can do advanced capabilities like policy servicing as well. So, for example, if you actually want to make a change to your life insurance policy, Violet can actually guide you through that and connect in with the backend systems at these carriers to make that change without any human intervention.
And on this podcast, I do love exploring the human story behind every tech company. So can I ask you to tell me a little bit more about where it all began, from working as a sales director, a financial advisor, and a local life insurance company to the moment of inspiration?
Yeah, so I started working at the agency while I was in college, freshman actually, and did a whole variety of things, from sales, operations, marketing, and saw that the way we were marketing our solutions at the agency was just really complex and outdated and all done offline. I had become contracted as an actual life insurance agent, and while I was trying to sell those products, customers would ask me, well, can I not just do this on my phone? Can you email me this? And we didn't have the digital capabilities to do that. So I started looking around the market and saw that it was an industry-wide problem, not just singular to our agency, and left that agency my junior year of college, and then founded InsureMe in 2016 to kind of reimagine the way we sell insurance online. So we had built out our first iteration of InsureMe was a chatbot-powered comparison site. So the chatbot, it was named Ari at the time, would walk you through needs analysis, quoting, application, and even binding of the policy. So the customer could, figure out how much they need, pick the right plan, apply online without having to speak with anyone. And then we had joined the Global Insurance Accelerator because the accelerator really liked this new approach we're taking. And as I was pitching the sales solution to all of these bigger insurance companies around the country, they all wanted what we had built, but wanted to use it for their own brands. So we made a pivot to a white labeled offering. And since then, the solution has grown from just not only a sales solution, but also for claims and customer service.
Excellent. And here we are, of course, in 2020. And today, InsureMe is being used by a number of top-tier global insurance carriers, including several from the Fortune 500, to not only easily generate new businesses online, but also streamline customer claims and deliver excellent customer service through conversational AI, which is fantastic. And I believe in September last year, you also secured $1 million in funding to grow your team at InsureMe's headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona. So can you tell me more about the journey behind the funding and also how it's going to help you move forward?
Yeah, so, I started raising that round. It was our first, sizable round of funding that we got. Began in, I would say, May, after we had completed the Global Insurance Accelerator, as well as 2 plug-and-play accelerators for Silicon Valley and Singapore. So it built up a lot of traction, a lot of good hype around the company. So I kind of used that momentum to go out and pitch a whole variety of investors that are both InsurTech focused as well as general angel investors to put that $1 million together. We did that over the summer. And primarily, most of that money is going into R&D and engineering to continue to build out Violet's capabilities, some of the self-service tools, so we can continue to ramp up our customer acquisition as well. So primarily, it's all going into hiring. We are fortunate enough where we don't have much of a marketing problem. We're getting a lot of inbound leads, so not a lot of that is going towards marketing, but we want to make sure that Violet is the most intelligent AI assistant in insurance. So I'm really scaling up our engineering team here in Phoenix.
And as someone that's already done this, what does it take to disrupt a legacy industry? I'm curious what the secret is there.
Patience, I would say, for if you're going to do legacy. And yeah, it takes a lot of patience because you are at the core of it, turning a very big ship. So, you can't really just do a 180 in a, cruise liner compared against a speedboat, right? So it just takes a lot of time to move the needle. You are also going up against a legacy mindset. People are accustomed to doing certain things a certain way for a very long time. Legacy systems. So there's a lot of old technology that are part of these big insurance companies. So you have to be willing to use patience and kind of wait for them to upgrade some of the core systems. And then I would say finally, legacy people, especially for insurance, it's a more of an older demographic that runs this industry, and some of them may not understand why, like a 25-year-old person like myself would want to go and just chat with a chatbot instead of meeting with somebody or calling in. So you got to kind of educate the new way of doing things to an older demographic. I'd also say that you need to position yourself more of as an ally rather than a disruptor, because I've noticed that, at InsureMe, we have always from the very beginning said that we want to partner with the legacy industry to improve their way of doing business. So not really disrupt it. I think using the word disruption and disrupt kind of puts people at angst. So I think, really you may end up disrupting, right, in the end, the industry, but I think while you're doing it, you need to kind of position yourself as an ally, and that makes people a little bit more receptive to what you're bringing to the table.
And you did mention there that you are only in your mid-20s, and I'm kind of curious again, because the insurance industry is a relatively grown-up sector. It's a mature industry, probably a little bit reluctant to change in certain elements. What were your biggest challenges as a young person disrupting this space?
One was having to deal with a group of people that were, probably double my age, and just getting them to understand that this is the new way of engaging with customers and the medium to do so. So I think a lot of it was just educating that grown-up, demographic, and that just takes time. Again, patience for building trust with executives at different insurance companies or people in the industry in general. And then also, I'm a first-time entrepreneur, right? So because I started this company in my dorm room, I don't have another big, huge company that I built, and I've learned kind of, the pitfalls. So I'm kind of learning as I go. And I think that's just, that has nothing to do with kind of working in the grown-up sector. I think that's just like the lessons you kind of learn as you're building something for the first time or going through that process.
So when it comes to artificial intelligence, do you think that that's going to play a huge part in the future of insurance, would you say? And why do you think it's going to play such a big part in the future of insurance?
Yeah, no, I think AI is one of the technologies that is going to be, pivotal for the future of insurance. We're seeing AI transform areas within insurance carriers or the insurance vertical, such as underwriting, customer service, claims, marketing, sales, fraud detection. AI has been being applied to this industry because at the end of the day, insurance companies are kind of treasure troves of big data, which is the lifeblood of true AI, and the ability for AI models to learn and become smarter and smarter. So I think it's just a perfect match. I would say, beyond AI, there are other technologies that are going to be pivotal to the future of insurance, including blockchain, for use cases such as claims automation, and even things that are a little bit further out, like quantum computing to do immediate or dynamic underwriting for policies. So I would say AI, I don't think it is the only thing needed for the future of insurance. I do think it's but one, part of the magical recipe for the future.
Absolutely. And if we dare to look beyond the world of insurance, how do you think other industries are going to rapidly start leveraging AI too?
Well, I think other industries have done it already, and it's insurance that's catching up, right? So, insurance is kind of the last frontier in fintech, or insurtech is the last frontier in fintech. So I think, they're learning from other industries, and AI has been applied in so many different ways, from e-commerce to travel. I mean, you name it, right? Because at the end of the day, AI fundamentally is a technology that enables computer systems to accomplish, a whole variety of tasks that typically require humans' intelligent behavior much quicker than a human, right? So that's can be gathering any type of information, analyzing any type of data by running various models, and making a whole variety of decisions. So that can be applied to just about everything, right? Because that's kind of what the human brain does. So similar functionality, and you marry that with higher computing power that's now becoming available in the market, higher memory capacity, cloud computing, quantum computing in the next 5 to 10 years, and so forth. It's the perfect combination to really get the most value out of AI. And, as now more and more consumers, including consumers in the insurance vertical, are expecting, very quick, on-demand, I want it now type of services, AI is going to be the thing that can make that happen.
I completely agree with you. And I think that quantum computing is something that could arrive much quicker than people realise. Because I was reading the other day that I think Amazon are going to offer the facility to play with a quantum machine for $20 or something crazy like that, which is just insane.
Right.
But here we are at the beginning of a new decade, though, and you're right in the heart of the tech space. What excites you about the future?
I would say the people, I think this is a human experience at the end of the day. So I would say, the people, the mindsets of people globally, more and more people are moving towards, and economies, countries, societies are moving towards a more even playing field. So true equality, whether that be wealth, gender, whatever, right? I mean, people are more compassionate. And I think being in a better state of mind allows for innovative ideas or just ideas in general to flourish, whether that be for technology or societal progress. I think that is a core of what excites me. And then I think everything else comes secondary. Because if people are happier, they're more accepting, more kind to one another, then really the rate of progress for just about everything will accelerate.
I'm so relieved to hear you say that as well. It's fantastic to hear. I always say at the end of every episode that technology works best when it brings people together. And I think it's that people element that's so important now. So a huge thank you for joining me today. But before I do let you go, can I just ask that you remind everyone listening of where they can find you online and also contact your team if they are left with any questions about InsureMe?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn at, I think it's just linkedin.com/Sonny Patel 94. And then even Instagram, Sonny Patel 94 at Sonny Patel 94. So those are the two platforms I use more often than the rest. And then our team can be reached anytime at hello@insureme.com or me personally at Sonny at insureme.com.
Well, I love the fact that as a 25-year-old, you've disrupted a relatively grown-up sector in the world of insurance, which is just truly inspirational. I've loved having you on the show today, loved chatting with you, and also hearing about why you believe that AI is the future for insurance and how other industries can leverage it for sales, customer engagement, and so much more. So a big thank you for taking the time out to come and join me today. I really appreciate it, Sonny.
Thanks a lot, Neil.
Imagine entering the world of insurance, which does have a reputation for being a mature and, let's face it, maybe stuffy industry. But entering it at just 25 and helping it evolve and leverage technology to not only easily generate new businesses online, but also streamline customer claims and deliver excellent customer service all through conversational AI. And for me, it's a genuinely inspirational story. And I also love his passion of putting people first, not technology, which, let's be honest, is a breath of fresh air in a world obsessed with tech disruption and emerging technologies. And I also think he's a great role model, not just for young people, but for people of all ages, about when you come across a problem that's cumbersome and frustrating, don't take to social media to complain about it. Think about how you can solve that problem, make an impact on the world, and leave a legacy. That's why we're all here, isn't it? Let me know what you thought of today's topic, InsureMe, and anything at all. Email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com. All social channels, you'll find me just by looking for Neil C. Hughes. And my website is techblogwriter.co.uk. And I also want to give one final shout out to Sonny, because I was late recording today's podcast. I was stuck on a train, running late. Nothing seemed to be going right. And I was frantically messaging him saying, I'm really sorry. I'm going to be 20, 30 minutes late. And to which Sonny patiently waited until I got back and recorded it today. and was incredibly gracious too. So thank you, Sonny, for your patience. I really appreciate it. And everybody listening, I appreciate you tuning into this podcast every day. So let's do it all again tomorrow. So a big thank you for listening. And until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thank you for listening to the Tech Talks Daily Podcast with Neil C. Hughes. Remember, technology works best when it brings people together.